Hello guys, welcome to Smart Recaps. Today I will show you a recap of an Indian psychological drama movie, titled Like Stars on Earth. Spoiler alert, stay with me and enjoy. The movie stars with Ishaan, an 8-year-old boy who had trouble at school. His teacher just released his examination result and he had 3 out of 25. Everyone would expect Ishaan to feel remorse. But rather than that, Ishaan went to the water to catch fish and returned home. By the gate of the house, he threw his examination script to the dogs. His mother Maya, a housewife who is frustrated and tired of Ishaan's academic life, asked him for his result, but he didn't answer. Compared to Ishaan, Ishaan had an elder brother, Yashan, a prototype student, an academic genius, and talented in games. Yashan came back home with his results and he took the first position in all courses except 2. Ishaan never cared, so he went out to play with his dogs. On the balcony of his house, he fought with a neighbor. He was reported to his father, Nankishore, who slapped him and warned he would be sent to boarding school if he didn't change. Maya treated his wounds that night. Ishaan was carefree, irresponsible, woke up late, fought in school, slept in class, and was always absent-minded in class. In the first lecture, the teacher asked him to read the textbook, and he innocently told her, "The words are dancing." The whole class laughed. He was sent out of the course when that lecture ended. His friends asked if he had signed his test papers. He replied negatively, and he realized he would be beaten in other classes, so he sneaked out of school that day. When school ended, he came back home. Maya helped him out with his assignment, and the children went to bed. In the bed, he told his brother he ran away from school and asked Yashan to please write a fake absence note for him. Although Yashan hesitated, but as a good brother, he later helped his little brother out. Ishaan submitted the fake absence note at school the next day. They had a surprise math test that day, and as usual, he couldn't write anything, despite how bad a student Ishaan was. You can't deny his creativity. He paints marvelously and his imaginations are superb. His father returned from his journey, and unfortunately for Ishaan, his father found his absence note. Maya expressed that she didn't know anything about the letter, so they asked Ishaan, and he confessed. His father was so angry that he visited the school. Meeting with Ishaan's teachers was pathetic. All the teachers gave the same complaint. He was irresponsible, carefree, playful, and distracted the whole class. The head teacher advised that they should take him to a special school. Nankishore got angry about the head teacher's comment. Maya spent her days in tears asking what hadn't she done to help the poor boy. Nankishore decided to take Ishaan to a boarding school. Ishaan begged his father he would change, but Nankishore didn't want to take any more chances. They took Ishaan to the boarding school. Leaving school, the whole family was very sad. In school, Ishaan was lonely. He couldn't do anything alone because he was used to being helped by his mother. On his first day in class, the teacher asked that he sits beside the best student in the class, Rajan, hoping that Rajan would influence him positively. Their first class was a poetry class and Ishaan was asked to explain the poem. He described it literally and the teacher rejected his explanation. During the break, Rajan encouraged him that his answer was the best and they both became friends. Rajan is a physically disabled student who lives with his parent in the staff quarters. Ishaan's story didn't change in his new school. He was called names like idiot, duffer, crazy, lazy, and so on. He still couldn't read or write because whenever he saw words, they danced in front of him. He was tired and frustrated, almost getting crazy. The teachers called his parents, and they took him home for the weekend. At home, Ishaan became a shadow of himself. He no longer laughs or plays. He doesn't even play with his brother Yashan again. After the weekend ended, Ishaan was driven back to school. He contemplated suicide, but luckily for him, Rajan was around, and he saved him. Their old disciplinarian art teacher traveled, and they had a temporary art teacher, Ran. Shankar. Compared to every other teacher, Ran was a friendly and playful teacher. He was optimistic. His manners of teaching were so different from others. Ram was once a teacher at the Tulip Disabled School. In his first class, he wore a clown outfit, and all the children laughed at him, except Ishaan, who no longer saw any reason to laugh or be happy. Ran, the first task for the student was for them to draw anything around them. As all the children drew, he noticed Ishaan. He realized Ishaan was not drawing, and he asked for his name. Ishaan, who was already depressed, couldn't answer, but Rajan answered on his behalf and mentioned his name. As Ram entered the staff room, all the other teachers laughed at his teaching manners, calling him a joke. Ram met Ishaan several times. He saw how scared he was. He saw Ishaan doesn't stay in classes, he is always on punishment. One day, Ram asked Rajan what was wrong with Ishaan, and Rajan explained that no matter how Ishaan tries, he doesn't know how to read or write, which is getting him depressed. Ram went to the staff room and checked all of Ishaan's results. He realized the problem. Later that day, Ram met Jabin and told her he saw someone who was a mirror of himself when he was younger and he wanted to help Ishaan. Ishaan played his inter-school tennis finals and lost. That weekend, Ram traveled down to Ishaan's family in Mumbai. He introduced himself to his parents and asked for his books. As he looked, he saw Ishaan likes to draw and paint, and he had very good creativity. Angrily, he asked his parents why they sent Ishaan away, and Nankishore replied it was due to his lack of seriousness as they didn't have any choice. Ram asked what they think is the cause of Ishaan's failure, and they replied it was because Ishaan was lazy. Ram told them they only mentioned Ishaan's symptoms but not his real problem. Nankishore then put it to Ram to say to him Ishaan's problem. Ram explained that Ishaan's brain could not recognize letters. He doesn't know what the letter is, so there is no way he could read or write the letters. Ishaan's father defensively said that is just an excuse, so Ram gave him a cover with Chinese letters and told him to read the notes. Nankishore couldn't read it. Ram explained that that was how Ishaan had been feeling all these years. He said his parent Ishaan had dyslexia. He told them due to the pressure and words used against Ishaan. Ishaan had stopped drawing. Nankishore insists his son isn't mentally disabled, and if they leave him that way, how on earth would he survive? Ram expressed displeasure that all Ishaan's father cares about is the competition. He told them if they keep pressuring them, they will break him, figuratively. He said, when you keep dragging and pulling the finger would end up cutting off. He left Mumbai determined to help Ishaan out. At school, he gave Ishaan the drawing book he took from his house. In that class, Ram told the student the story of Albert Einstein. When he started the story, Ishaan thought he wanted to mention him. But no, it was Albert. He explained to the children that Albert had difficulties in reading and writing. Ram also gave several examples of celebrated people with dyslexia, like Leonardo da Vinci, who sketched out a helicopter, and Thomas Alva Edison, who created a light bulb. Abhishek Bachchan is a well-known singer, and so many others. On that day, he asked all the children to go out and create something outside the box to encourage people who have dyslexia. Before Ishaan left the class, Ram told him he also had dyslexia while he was little, so Ishaan shouldn't think he was alone. All the children were outside creating things. Ishaan made a wood ship that walked on water, and all the pupils applauded him. The next day, Ram visited the principal to talk about Ishaan. As he mentioned Ishaan's name, the principal commented that all the teachers had complained about Ishaan, and he didn't think Ishaan would make it till the end of the session. Ram replied Ishaan was a bright student. He told the principal Ishaan had dyslexia. The principal appreciated him, telling him he had given them the reason to send him out of school. He advised that Ishaan wouldn't survive in their school and he should go to a special school. Ram suggested otherwise. He asked the principal that Ishaan should always be testing orally rather than writing to work on his reading and writing skills. Ram started teaching Ishaan. He demonstrated to him on SANS, taught him virtually, and demonstrated mathematics. Up till Ishaan, he has improved a little. To boast Ishaan's confidence, he asked to create a painting competition where all the teachers and pupils compete in paint. He was given permission. He wrote a notice and pasted it on the school board. Ishaan's father visited Ram at school, telling him Maya had been reading and surfing the next about dyslexia. Ram asked why he was given such information. He said Ram it is because he wanted him to know they care about their child. Ram explained that wasn't care. Care is assurance, telling the kid you are always there for him and fighting the battles with him. Ram told Nankishore about Solomon's Island. The people of Solomon's Island wanted to cut down their trees, but they didn't cut them. Rather, they brought all the trees together, insulted and cursed at the trees till the trees withered away themselves. Nankishore left Ram's office in tears. As he climbed the stairs, he saw Ishaan reading the notice on the board. On the painting competition day, Ishaan woke up early, dressed, and went to sit by the water. When the competition started, Ram asked Rajan for Ishaan, and he was told Ishaan had left the hostel. Ram was disturbed when he couldn't find Ishaan, but Ishaan entered the hall in the middle and started his drawing. After all the participants submitted their drawing, Ram drew Ishaan for his competition. The guest speaker picked a winner, and Ram was the runner-up. Ishaan won the competition. He was given an award. During the competition, it was also announced that Ram had been retained as a permanent art teacher in the school. At the end of the session, Nankishore came to the school with his family. When they visited the principal gave them the yearbook. On the front cover page was Ishaan's drawing, and on the back cover was Ram's drawing of Ishaan. They went to the teachers for Ishaan's report, and the teachers gave good comments. They appreciated that Ishaan had gotten better. His parents thanked them, but they told him to direct his appreciation to Ram. In tears, Nankishore thanked Ram and hugged him. Before Ishaan left school that day, he ran to hug Ram. Thank you for watching this recap. Please remember to subscribe to our channel so you can get notified when we post the next recap. See you next time.